What do you do when your anger doesn't align with your Christian values? When you feel overwhelmed by anger, you're not alone. Let me share my journey with you. I have been angry lately. Just last night, I got mad at our server at the movie theaters. The other day, I didn't hold my tongue when I felt disappointed at my ex-husband. And a couple days back, I also felt anger towards a woman I don't even know. As a new single mom who's also a Christian, trying to go deeper in my relationship with Jesus, I just want to share with you what I really go through, even though I read my Bible every day, even though I praise and worship and I love God and I pray and talk to Him every day. We know that anger comes from a place of unmet need, from exhaustion or this sense of injustice. For me, it was when I decided to splurge, even though I'm in a strict budget as a new single mom. I thought to myself, I want to take my kids to this theater experience. I pick theater experience in my son's words, first class experience to watch Sonic 3. I thought that would be so fun. It may not be in our budget, but I thought, I will just be very strict on what we're ordering. We're not going to go crazy. We're there for the experience. And sure enough, when we got there, placed our orders, our server made mistakes. She charged me for things that we didn't get. And when I went to her to make the changes, it got worse. She charged me again. She charged me twice. And even though she's called in her manager to, make the corrections, and they assured me that, hey, your refund will come in the next 3 days, I was already upset. I already felt like, gosh, I don't have room for these kind of mistakes. And I need to know, and I don't want to deal with refunds and all that stuff later. And sadly, I just know I wasn't very kind. I didn't really say anything. I just said, okay. But my energy towards her, or my attitude towards her, I know was not kind. Or anger can also come when I feel like life is just unfair. As a Christian, I know I'm supposed to extend love and grace towards others. And how can I do that towards a woman I don't even know, but is somehow now in a relationship with my ex-husband that my kids have to interact with? I don't even know. I don't have the right words, but that somehow just stirred up anger in me. Here's what I know. Here's the thing, okay? Just because I feel angry doesn't mean that anger defines me. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26, it says, "In your anger, do not sin." Anger itself isn't a sin. It's how we handle it that matters. I wish truly that I didn't take my anger out on our server last night. It really wasn't her fault. There's simple mistakes can happen. It's really me not sticking to our budget and kind of stressing my own self out. And somehow I felt like I had the right to then, just have a bad attitude about it. In James chapter 1, verse 19, it says, "Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry." This reminds me that while anger is natural, it's like a natural emotion to us, I have to take time to reflect before I react, right? Like I have to step back before I just lash out. Because it's easier to lash out when my ex-husband is doing something wrong, right? But I think if I took a moment to pray, to offer that anger to God, I think I would have recognized that I am speaking to someone who God created in his own image. I would have remembered that my ex-husband is someone Jesus loves too. I would have remembered to hold my tongue and just offer these anger and my concerns about my kids meeting a new girlfriend, having someone new in their life. These are concerns I feel as a mom. That's my job. I should feel that way. But still, I could have just offered that concern to God because, he's bigger than my understanding. Some days I manage my anger better, and some days I don't, not so much. So, what do I do now? Now that I have already gotten angry, I already didn't handle the situations very well. Well, one, I did a lot of praying, a lot of talking to God. Sometimes I just need to vent it out to him and truthfully and honestly saying to him that, God, this feels unfair. I am angry about these things and I don't know what to do. If you want me to extend love and grace to the people who I feel is not fair to me, then that strength has to come from you. And believe me, God can handle it. He's a big God. So I like to share my frustrations with him because then I just feel lighter. I feel lighter after. Number two, I take time to do some self-care. I realize that once I'm starting to get angry quickly, that's usually because I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I have not taken time to de-stress. Like when I'm probably feeling very overwhelmed. So I like to go back to his word. I like to read the Bible to kind of just remind me of his truth versus what seems to be my truth at that moment. Like, for example, that time, me getting upset at the server because I think now I'm going to go over my budget and all that stuff. But God has been providing for me and my family. So was it really worth making that server feel that way when in reality, God has just been so good in providing? That is one thing I don't fully understand, but he's provided from, that I don't fully understand since becoming a single mom, because obviously back then we were a 2-income household. All of a sudden, I have to do what I have to do as a 1-income household, right? And I felt like there's been no lack. There's always provision. So why would I let that overwhelm me? Why would I let a simple error, overcharging my credit card, overwhelm me and allowed me to then get angry with our server? So I de-stress, I do whatever it is that you like to do to reduce stress. For me, I recently loved running. So I run, or if I'm too tired, I would just go on a walk outside, just clear my mind, reset, and have that time to talk to God. And then number 3, I like to reach out to trusted friends, those who I know can encourage me, but also hold me accountable. Hold me accountable on what I could do better, but at the same time, validate that what I felt or what got me angry is reasonable. Or if it's not reasonable, then they would also be honest, right? We just need those people that we know love us, and that they would be true to us. Or also, I doubled down on leaning into community. I have support group of women who are also going through the same things, going through divorce and having challenges of single motherhood, right? So I reach out to them because then I know that they know what I'm going through. They know what it feels like. And sometimes I just go for support, for validation, or to ask for prayers. I just want to be around Christian women who have the same belief and the same values as me. Number 4, and I need to get really better at this, I need to set boundaries. Set better boundaries, okay? One thing I've learned is that it's okay to say no, and we hear it all the time, but as single moms, somehow we just feel like we have to do it all. Like that there's no one else that could help us but us, right? So reach out to someone else. Don't feel like you have to do it all. Set healthy boundaries, so we could manage our own emotional health. That's important, right? So again, some days I manage my anger better, some days I don't. I'm not perfect, but obviously I've grown. I know that I've grown and I'm handling it better now. I no longer allow anger to fester and live in me. Ooh, if you know me back then, I would be angry for days, even weeks. I would hold on to this anger because I'd hold on to it for as long as I believe that the person I'm angry at still deserved me to be angry, that they just have not deserved forgiveness from me. And the more I've experienced God's love, the more I've experienced His forgiveness, the more I realize that, gosh, I just have to extend that same grace. And also I've understood more that when I hold on to anger, it does absolutely nothing to the other person. Okay, you can be angry at them, but they could be living life just however they want. And the only thing that anger, holding on to that anger, is doing is making us more and more bitter. The more we hold on to it, the more we get bitter. And the more it just kind of eats us and dictates how we're now going to act, right? So it only negatively impacts us, not them. Now I've learned to recognize anger, acknowledge it, acknowledge when I start feeling it, and quickly offer it to God. Give it to Him, because again, He can handle it. I'm, of course, still a work in progress, but I know I'm becoming more patient and compassionate and just more forgiving to others, but also to myself. Um, God has been shaping me into someone who can turn these moments of anger into opportunity for growth um, and understanding. So, if you're watching this and you feel like your anger is too much to handle, just know that you're not alone. My hope and prayer for you and for me is that we give our anger to God so we don't have to carry it by ourselves. You don't have to carry it by yourself. God is with you. He always offers a way out, a way through it, actually. So remember that you are stronger than you think. And with time, lots of prayer, support from people who love you, I just know, and I know because I've felt it, that there will be peace in the midst of the chaos. Okay, so I want to end with this Bible verse. It's the verse of the day if you have the Bible app. And it's like God knew I would be talking about anger today, and He spoke directly to me because it said, "Therefore I tell you, her many sins are forgiven, as her great love has shown. But whoever has been forgiven little loves little." That is in Luke chapter 7, verse 47. So again, I forgive quickly and I let go of anger quickly because He first forgiven me all my many sins. He loves and honors me even when I know I don't deserve it. So who am I not to extend the same grace and forgiveness, the same love and honor to those who I may think don't necessarily deserve it from me? So I hope this encouraged you. I am praying for you always. Have a great day.